My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Celeste and Jesse Forever. And the early 2010 independent movies just hit differently to me. Like, this movie came out in 2012, the same year as Safety Not Guaranteed and Smashed. Both very good movies, and I just miss this kind of filmmaking. I feel like it's lost in today's day and age. But, anyways, I've always liked this movie. I've always found it to be enjoyable, but the older I get, the more life experience I get, the more I get from this movie. I think it's a very universal movie and a very honest one as well. Like, this movie tackles themes of relationships and letting go and judgment and just growing up in general. And it just handles all of these ideas in such a delicate manner that really resonated with me. I think there's plenty of emotion here, and it got to me a few times. I also like how all of these characters act like real human beings. It's not over the top, it's not overly dramatized for Hollywood's sake. It feels really real, and I like how funny this movie can be. I also like the soundtrack quite a bit. The Lily Allen song that begins this movie is very good. And then we get to the cast, and I think everyone gives a great performance. Rashida Jones, I've liked her in almost everything I've seen her in. She's great in The Office. She's great as Ann Perkins in Parks and Recreation. What else is she in? Anyways, I thought she did a great job in this movie. It might be the best performance of hers. She has to show a lot of range, she has to show a lot of growth, and I think she does so incredibly well. And then you've got Andy Samberg, and anytime I see him in a movie, I'm just like, why isn't he in more movies? Like, I love Hot Rod, I like Pop Star, I love Palm Springs, I really like this movie. Like, I can't think of a single movie he's in that. No, I can. It's Chippendale. Chippendale was bad. But, anyways, my point still stands. He has such a great presence to him. He's funny, he's likable, he's charming, and that is the case when you're watching this movie. Then you've got Elijah Wood, who I think gave a perfectly fine performance. Emma Roberts, who I think gives a perfectly fine performance. I've got Aria Graynor, who I think gives a good performance. And Eric Christian Olsen, I actually really like. He's in this movie called Fired Up, and I think that movie is beyond underrated, and he does a good job here. So as much as I enjoy this movie, I wish I could say I love it, and I come close to loving it, but not quite yet. I've got two big issues with this movie. And I can't talk about them without going into spoilers. So if you haven't seen this movie, stop, watch it, then come back. Because, yeah. But anyways, my first big issue is that I wish we saw more of Jesse and Veronica. I understand this story is meant to be from Celeste's point of view, but I feel like the movie does those two dirty every now and again. And then my second big issue is I'm not a fan of Jesse being with Veronica, cheating on his girlfriend a few times. I'm not a fan of that. Even in the big final moment, which has plenty of emotion, he still gives Celeste a kiss on the lips and he says, I love you. I get the ideas the movie is going for, but if he just gave her a nice long hug and he says something like, you'll always be my first love, or something like that, I feel like that would have worked much better. It just doesn't quite sit right with me, the direction they went with. And yeah, one more thing I do want to mention is that this movie is written by Rashida Jones and Will McCormack, and I think they did a very good job for the most part, but they also wrote Toy Story 4, and thinking about it, these two movies have lots of similarities, and I know, I just find it interesting when writers repeat certain ideas in their work. But anyways, I do recommend this movie. I think it's very good. It's heartfelt, it's honest, it's got great characters, great performances. It doesn't quite get to greatness, but it comes close enough, so I'll give Celeste and Jesse Forever a 7.5 out of 10. Okay, have you seen Celeste and Jesse Forever? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.